I am fine. I am completely calm. It is just a digital world made of colorful blocks. It's just a Roblox obby. At least, that is the lie I kept repeating to myself as I stared blankly at a glowing red "You died" screen. I originally logged on because a few friends told me, hey, you should try this obby, it's super chill. They lied. Had I bothered to look at the comment section before clicking play, I would have seen a wasteland of players losing their absolute minds. But I pride myself on being a calm, mature gamer. I walked into this experience fully believing I was completely immune to the phenomenon known as crashing out. I was wrong. The journey started innocently enough. Stage 1 through 5 consisted of basic neon blocks floating over a void. Light work. Absolute cakewalk. As I breezed through the opening levels, I scoffed at the screen. I watched my character glide effortlessly across the platforms, thinking to myself that whomever designed this obby clearly didn't account for my raw, unadulterated platforming skill. Then came stage 12, the classic wraparound jumps. I lined up my character, calculated the spacing, and went for a routine wraparound action. Easy. Pop, pop, and suddenly my character plummeted into the abyss. Why? Because the final wraparound block was completely invisible. A troll block. Haha. Very funny, Mr. Developer. A little chuckle escaped my lips. They got me once, but I figured that would be the end of it. Except it wasn't. 5 attempts later, I was falling on the exact same jump, getting progressively quieter and tenser. My character's pinky toe would barely clip an invisible hitbox, and bam! Instant reset. I forced a smile, muttered, "We move," and pushed onward, entirely unaware that my sanity was already slipping. By stage 25, the aesthetic of the game shifted from a welcoming neon blue to an aggressive, blinding red. The jumps now required navigating around walls coated in ice physics. My blood pressure was undeniably elevated, but I was still trying to practice mindfulness. Then my character stepped on the first ice block, instantly lost all traction, and slid gracefully into the void. "Ice blocks!" I yelled, my voice cracking under the sudden spike of adrenaline. Who is still putting ice physics in a Roblox obby? I took a deep breath, zooming in close on my screen. I told myself it was just a basic mechanic and that I simply needed to time the jump perfectly. 3, 2, 1, jump! Nothing happened. My character walked straight off the ledge like a lemming. Why didn't the game register my spacebar? I aggressively slapped the key a few times to prove to myself that my keyboard wasn't broken. It worked perfectly. The game was quite literally gaslighting me. I became entirely convinced that I was being personally targeted by Roblox corporate entities. The next few minutes became a blurred montage of pure frustration. I crossed the ice blocks, failed, respawned, and instantly failed again. "Just jump! Stop sliding! Stop sliding!" I shouted at the monitor. This wasn't a game anymore. It was a psychological experiment designed to test the limits of human patience. By the time I reached stage 40, all pretense of being a mature gamer had completely vanished. I sat staring at the screen, hair messy, eyes wide, feeling an existential dread settle in. I had been stuck on the same stage for 12 minutes. In that time, I watched 3 different players join the server, effortlessly pass me, and finish the entire game. One of them was wearing a default bacon hair skin and didn't even pause to look at the obstacles. They just walked through the lasers like a ghost. I tried blocking it. I timed the moving laser grids, waited for the disappearing platforms to reappear, and made 3 perfect jumps. I was a single millimeter away from clearing the stage. Then a lone pixel of my character's avatar brushed against the edge of a laser. Oof. Are you kidding me? I screamed, slamming my hands on the desk. That did not touch me. That laser was 3 miles away from my character. I was officially crashing out. The angle was absolute. I dropped my head onto the desk, defeated, enduring 5 seconds of heavy silence broken only by the cheerful, mocking pop of my character respawning back at the start checkpoint. Lifting my head back up, I spoke in a terrifyingly quiet whisper. Never made it. I hate the very concept of jumping. Somehow, through sheer bitterness, I dragged myself to stage 50, the final climb. It is a massive, towering staircase made of ridiculously tiny neon panels. This was the final boss battle for my remaining dignity.
excited. If I failed here, I was fully prepared to throw my internet router into oncoming traffic. I started climbing. Total concentration. No jokes, no internal commentary. I made it halfway up. Don't look down. Don't think about the lasers. I reached the second to last peg, with only one single jump separating me from the winner's circle. This was the moment of redemption. I pressed spacebar, launched into the air, and right at that exact second, another player randomly teleported directly onto the same peg, bumping into my avatar and throwing off my momentum. Oh, get out of the way! No! 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 As I swarmed rushing fall into the abyss, pure, unadulterated comedic despair washed over me. Why would you bump into me? It's a single player jump. I can't do this anymore. I am literally done.